So, Shaniel, did you visit Mailapo restaurant?
No, that's on Friday.
Friday morning.
Friday. Okay, Friday morning before he takes the flight. Okay. Okay. So, which all restaurants have you been to?
Oh, the only one that he takes me to, Madras Cafe.
Yeah, that Madras Cafe. Other than that, it's only one.
Tomorrow I take him to Google if he's free for lunch.
Yeah, you can. I think you should take him to Google. Okay. Now, the reason why I asked is that when we say Google, it gets established. And worldwide developer conference, what he's attending, if we say it gets established. Now, I have not seen WWDC, but if I were to search on YouTube and I were to take a video, and then I see Tim Cook explaining and all that, and then the consciousness slowly gets established with Tim Cook. And it gets into iPad and iPhone and Vision Pro and Apple Watch, all their product offerings. Okay. Then, depending upon that condition, okay, the raga appears. Okay, so let's say I don't seem to have anything worth buying in Apple because I think I have everything in Apple. So what should I do? It's about new offering. I'm just searching for new offering. Okay, what's new? And if I see nothing is new, then it is stale, right? So the consciousness is not able to establish in Apple. So this is what Buddha means as an established consciousness, a consciousness which is established on something. And that something is name and form, what we spoke yesterday. It's a very important thing to understand that it get established. So the consciousness now is established as Tina. So the body represents Tina. And the house represents Tina's house. Okay, and then the Tina is married. He has 3 children. So if somebody were to ask, who is Tina? Then you have to define it. They say Tina is a dentist and she has a clinic in so-and-so place, and then she does very well. Obviously, we have to add that. And then they have to say that she stays in so-and-so place in Los Altos, and then he has a husband who does this, and she has 3 children, teenagers, and blah, blah, all that. So if you were to ask who is Tina, without describing Tina, there can't be any experience of Tina. In the same way, Shaniel, if Shaniel were to meet me again and then he doesn't ask me, I don't ask him, what do you do? He's already saying that with his t-shirt half brick. So that makes it conducive for me to ask him what is half brick, and he would say whatever he wants to say. But anyway, if it were to be like this, a plain t-shirt, and then he would not be able to gauge what I'm doing, or I would not be able to do so because the consciousness is not getting established. So as long as the consciousness doesn't get established, doesn't get a footing, can there be a feeling? And the answer is no. There can't be any feeling whatsoever. Meaning you'll not feel good, you'll not feel bad, you'll not feel neutral. You'll not feel anything at all. Because there is nothing to feel for the perception to take over and say that this is what I'm perceiving, this is what I'm understanding of Ariu or Shaniel. Now, the moment Ariu says, I work for Google, Now, Google gets established in my consciousness. If I've seen Google, which I think many of us have seen because of the browser. So the moment Ariu says Google, I feel what a lucky person. And Ariu might have different ideas about, I don't think so, I'm lucky enough to be in Google. But I would say he's gone mad. Google is such a nice place to work. And I would ask him, how far are you from Sunnyvale? 5 miles, I think so. Are you? How many miles? 5? Yeah,
Like that.
somewhere like that. 5 miles. Wow, so close to Google. Have you gone to the main campus? Because you see the excitement, and that's how the consciousness now starts eating the food. Yeah, it's such a nice company. So then, and you would say, Vilas, when you're here, I'll take you to Google. I will say, I just can't wait. And we use this word also. I just can't wait. Why? Because the food is so far. I need the food. Yep. Any questions, Tina? Yes, you have.
No, she was just asking, you said food, she didn't catch it. I just saw that.
Okay. Food. Yeah. So the Google is the food. So when, let's say, Shaniel were to go into Google to eat the food, food is a food, but Google food is Google food. Right? It is made out of Google. Okay. Well, now the food doesn't remain as food. It is Google food. So what do? They gave a badge, a paper badge, basically, which I had pinned it here. I bring it to Bangalore and I keep it in a very safe place because I love Google. Okay, we can consider this guy's mad. Let's see, people go into Bodh Gaya. What they do? They exactly do the same. They take a leaf, Bodhi leaf, carefully bring it, put a nice cover to that and put it inside a book and safely, whether the plane lands safely or not, they don't want anything to happen to that leaf. And they safely bring it and they safely keep it. Keep where? Then they make a small frame. In that, they will put this leaf. And the leaf, they paint it with golden color. Okay. And they put it on the wall. And somebody asking, like me, what's that? Why you have kept a leaf? That person is hurt. What do you mean? It's just not a leaf. It's Buddha. How can the leaf be Buddha? Crazy guy, you don't know Buddha. Yes, I know Buddha, but what has leaf got to do with Buddha? And say, don't talk to me again like this, okay? You're hurting me. You're hurting my sentiment. That's Buddha. Oh, leaf equals Buddha. Yes, got it. See, Google equals what? Same thing. So as far as the Vijnana goes, it doesn't matter whether it is leaf or Google. Wherever the consciousness can attach itself, that becomes its home. In fact, just 300 yards from my house, the same people tree is there, Bodhi tree. Every day, this much gets collected. They unnecessarily burn it. They should have given it to those people who wanted Bodhi leaf. They could have shipped it to their home in tons. But no, not any other place. Both Gaya only. In the same way, when I go to the Googleplex, I am immersed in it because I love Google. Now, some smart guy comes and says, Vilas, you know what? You should see Apple Park. It's amazing. Googleplex is no comparison to it. I say, I don't like Apple. And just saying, for the sake of it, just come and see once at the concept center. You will be amazed. And I just go there. And as he said or she said, I just get into the Apple Park and I'm blown away by the beauty of Apple Park, breaking my conscious experience of Google in seconds. Googleplex looks like some tiny toy or some Lego toys, basically. I feel, and I see Shaniel going into the WWDC. Say, wow, what a lucky guy he is. He's a developer. And I start to question myself. I am also a developer, useless developer, who doesn't even get the chance to go inside. So then I'll say, Shaniel, when will you take me to Apple? He says, anytime. But I am myself a guest there. So I don't know how to take you in. Just check if I can get a pass. Pass for what? This for developer conference. You will get bored, Vilas. I'm telling you. Like a small child, I'll ask Shaniel, please, can you get me one pass for me? He says, yes. But how will you come? You're staying in Bangalore. No problem. I'll book a ticket and come there. Gone crazy? Just for this conference, you want to come there? That too, you don't even do any development of that. I'm in love. And love is blind. So what I do, I pay 10 times the cost of the flight ticket, land in San Francisco, and come to Cupertino to do what? To see one building. It's just a building. It's not Apple. It's just a circular building. And one apple falls on my head. Just like I happened with Isaac Newton. So all bulbs open up and say that, why am I here? It's just a building. I see Tim Cook sitting next to me. I'm not interested to take an autograph from him. He's just another human being. And spending 400,000 Indian rupees for the flight ticket was worth it. Worth this enlightenment that it is just a building and Tim Cook is just a human being. And then what happens? Vinyana Nirodha happens. It means it gets unestablished. So then would it go back to WWDC again to have a look at the Apple Park? And the answer is, I will still attend WWDC if I'm a contributor or doing something about it. It's fine. It still work, but not like a small child. That's the reason it's called Puttu Jana. Puttu means child. Puttu Jana means person childlike. Gets attached to every toy, basically. Any toy you show him or her, he says that, wow. So when I and Lasanta had been to Bodh Gaya, it was a very funny experience for me. I'm just sitting, okay, there's one tree. It's not a people tree or the Bodhi tree. And we are sitting opposite side is the Bodhi trees. And then Malaysians, Singaporeans, Vietnamese, or all Asians, okay, and Indians. Asians also include Indians. They just running towards the leaf which falls down, as though they found a jackpot. I'm just seeing, and I asked Lasanta, who is a Sri Lankan, I asked him, do all of you do like this? Because you are also keeping one leaf here. He said, yes, Vilas, you know what? That is Buddha for me. Okay, great. Excellent, Lasanta. I like your answer. But what are you reading, Gatha? Can you explain to me what it is? He said, I don't know. Then what Buddha are you carrying? It's like somebody going and writing an exam not knowing what he wrote. He just mugged it up, went there, wrote the exam. And in Viva, somebody asked him, or during interview, somebody asked him, how do you implement this? And he just said, I don't know. But you have passed the exam. Yes, I did. But how do you implement it? There's no, I don't know. So you took a degree just for the sake of a degree. I don't know. I love it. You love the subject. I understand. But how do you implement it? And he has no idea. The reason why it is that way is because consciousness just gets established on name and form. It just gets established. So Buddha is asking in this sutta, what is the origin? What is the what I can say, samudaya means arising. What is a jatika, birth? And lastly, what is the pabhava, the effect of these three things coming? And he says, Vijnana is the cause for it. For Namarupa to grow. How does it grow? Something like Monday has came. So you experience Monday, right? And Tuesday came. And you experience Tuesday. And Wednesday came. Experience Wednesday. And today is Thursday here, but yet Wednesday there in the US. So if I say Thursday exists, you would say not for us. And tomorrow is Thursday for you. But for me, tomorrow is Friday. And we can keep on fighting over it. Tomorrow means Thursday. No, Friday. Sir, give me answer correctly. Tomorrow means Friday. Thursday. I am still on Wednesday. Still on Wednesday? Where? In California. Ah, okay. And what about New Zealand? It's 3 p.m. now. Auckland. So if you were to go from San Francisco to Auckland, how many hours difference you're going to have? 19. You're still in the evening of night of the previous day. They're already in the afternoon of the next day. It's a morning here, but they're 3 p.m. So Anusha always complains that your timing is not suitable for me because it's my school leaving time and then I can't attend it and all that. The reason being, it's just an illusion. But do you not experience time? And that's funny. You do. Don't you experience weeks? You do. But does week exist? No. What we are following is a Gregorian calendar. And we have made it 2025. We don't know actually what is 2025 means. In real sense, if you ask a Buddhist, he would go by Buddhist calendar, Buddha Vamsa. If you ask a Hindu, he'll go by Hindu calendar. If you ask a Muslim, he goes by Muslim calendar. Everyone goes by their calendar. And then you name it as CE, Common Era. Who's common, I don't know. Earlier it used to be called AD, after death, and BC, before Christ. Because Christianity became prominent, and then they said, we are going to do like this. We take things from Greece, we take things from Latin, we take things from English, we take things from French, German, Dutch, etc., etc. And we make one Europe kind of living and then make it across the world. Everybody follows the same. And came the Gregorian calendar. Okay. Now, as per that, where are we? This is after Jesus. So you name everything as BC. That's all. We don't know what it is. All that we know is from 180 onwards. So everybody started saying 180. How? How did you put it? Simple. We defined it. What is 180? Okay. How were you able to define it? Very simple. We sat one day, that was Sunday, and then we defined it. But how did you define Sunday? Good question. Even we don't know. It was because of the sun. Okay. So how did you get 7 days of a week? That's a concept. But how? Because of an idea. Who gave you that idea? God. Well, even I don't know how it came, you have to be honest. So this is how we implement God. It's just a super class from which all inheritance happens. Because we have no idea what God is. So we can call it as a God particle as well. So consciousness plays this game on name and form. So as long as you are defining it as yehi akarehi, of this shape, yehi lingehi, of this feature or gender, yehi nimittehi, with this kind of sign or symbol, and yehi uddeshehi, the purpose for which we have to use verbalization, so long that is there, that long the Vijnana can survive. The moment you remove the akara, the shape or the structure, and you remove the linga, the feature or a characteristics which make up that thing, and you take out the sign, and the purpose is gone. Makes no sense. Like Queensland, you can write QC. I don't know what it means. Some 4122, let's say. That's just a number. Who gave it? And we only gave it. Simple. And if somebody searches for 4122, it will show wish heart. What is wish and heart? I don't know. And what is Maruchi River? I don't know. There's water flowing, that much I can see, but you will experience Maruchi. So we stayed in a place called Big Four. And what is big about the four? No idea. Then we went to Sunshine Coast, where the sun never shone for the days we were, but yet called as sunshine. And then I had been to Miami Beach and Florida. What did I see? It's just sand and water. What else will you find? But where do you have a beach? If you have a beach, you should have a beach where? If you don't have a beach, then you don't require a beach where. So if this being, this comes to be, with the arising of this, this arises. So if you call something, it has to have a description of what it is. And that description is called adhivachana. You describe. So the Indriya Samvara, guarding of sense door, is don't describe. If you describe, you're done. Because we need to describe. Like if I were to ask Shaniel, oh, can you describe me about yourself? And he describes, it enters into my conscious experience. Ah, Shaniel is this. What if Shaniel were not to answer me any question at all? That looks rude, actually. But if a Dhamma person is there, they both describe and throw it out. So Shaniel will describe all that he's done in his life. And this person also describes what all he has done in his life. But there's no conscious experience of either one of them. So the Nama and Rupa couldn't get along. So then there is no phassa, there is no contact. If there is no contact, there is no feeling. If there is no feeling, there is no craving. If there is no craving, there is no becoming. No, sorry, there is no holding on to it, upadana. Then there is no becoming. Then there is no jati, birth. So this nama rupa with vijnana is a very critical thing in Buddha. The place where you need to cut is phassa, but the consciousness has to be purified. So the chitta purification happens here, in this place, this vijnana, in this very vijnana. So he's asking to Ananda, if there were no nama rupa at all, can consciousness hold on to it? If the consciousness were not to descend into the mother's womb, can there be a birth? Answer is no. Yes, Tina.
So what you say, okay, when we were born, that consciousness doesn't know much.
It knows.
So then we started to learn what's important and we get fixed to it. And
Yes.
then that's our value or that's what we want and then we get attached. Is that what you're trying to say? But
Yes.
these are all illusion.
Yes, just like Tina, you're a Vietnamese.
Mhm.
Hey, how do you recognize yourself? You say, I'm Tina so and so, and I'm a Vietnamese, and now you're an American. So either you'll say you're a Vietnamese or you're saying going to say you're an American, depending upon whom you meet. Let's say you go to a Vietnamese Buddhist temple and then you would conform to the norms of Vietnamese. So the consciousness knows how to conform to that norms, right? So when you enter into the monastery of Vietnamese, which I and Chirag and Vrinda had gone, Vietnamese thing, is you get associated. You don't have to be taught now that this is a Vietnamese Buddhist temple. You just start to behave like a Vietnamese while you're staying still in California. It just changes for you. The whole dimension changes, right? Because you know you're a Vietnamese. You say, I know I'm Vietnamese. It means the consciousness is already aware of an established thing, Vietnam. Same like if you were to ask Shaniel, he'll say, I'm a Fijian. But he's an Australian. But he says, my parents, my forefathers are from Fiji. Perfect. But does he feel Fiji? And the answer is yes. He's an Australian, agreed. But doesn't he feel Fiji inside? So when he goes to Fiji, he behaves like a Fiji. And same thing with Ariu. When he goes to Yunnan province in next week, he's a Chinese. His passport says he's an American. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. But doesn't he experience China? He would. Because there is phassa, which happened due to namarupa, which happened due to consciousness coming in contact with the namarupa. We can ask another question. Even before a child is born, can it know it is a Vietnamese or Chinese or Indian or American and all that? No. It knows the basic thing, basic namarupa. That is, it knows contact, it knows feeling, it knows perception, it knows intention, it knows the attention, manasikara. That's all it knows. So like I was explaining about the child hitting the mother's stomach, it knows because there's some obstruction, so it's hitting. But the mother perception is different. Mother feels how good my child is kicking. It's talking to me. So the same consciousness of the child, here it is mother's consciousness. The mother feels that it is the child talking to me. Whereas if you ask the child consciousness or the infant or the embryo, it says, I'm lacking space. I'm trying to push so that I get some space to go around. I don't care what are you talking. So when it comes out of the womb, now what does it do? It will behave the way it has to behave as an infant. So it doesn't matter which mother feeds it, because it doesn't know. It doesn't have the concept of mother. It doesn't have a concept of father. It has only basic things. The basic things are the nama side. Phassa, Vedana, Chetana, Sanya, Chetana, Manasikara. That means the contact, the feeling, the perception, intention, and the attention. That's all it knows. So on that, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so the whole thing is about Dharma, if I'm understand right. So basically, is that what we trying to go back to where we at the beginning, that we don't know anything, it just, you know, because we don't know anything, there's no attachment. Is that what we're trying to do?
No. You are trying to go into the knowledge or the wisdom, how things started. That's the reason it's called Yoniso Manasikara. That means going to the initial, how it all started. Just like Tina. Tina, if you can slightly come to the front so that your voice can be heard.
Was trying to understand. So at that time, we didn't suffer that much because we don't know anything.
No, you suffered, but this is conceptual suffering is this one. That is the basic suffering. So what we suffered as infant is a basic suffering. Basic suffering as in food, basic suffering as feeling cold, basic suffering as in feeling warm, basic suffering is in urinating in the same place or shitting in the same place, and all of that is the basic suffering. The suffering was basic. Now, what we are suffering now is further more to the basic suffering, where you have a family. So you can't skip, you can't miss the family. You have a job, so you can't skip the job. I mean, you're doing the basically same thing. You're earning for a living because you have to pay something to get something. You can't just sit there, right? So you have to do something. And to maintain this body, you need to exercise. So you need to go for a walk or go to a gym or go to do something, right? So you need to do that. And you need to take health care, meaning you need to have some insurance so that if the health goes wrong, you need to take care of it. So these four basic things was there even as a child: food, shelter, clothing, medication, right? So it was there. 1 second. So it was there. Now, when it is there, what would happen? You lose 1 second. There's urgent call. Let me take this. Hello. Ah, okay. Now I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, there's some question about what's the go up number.
Ah,
Yeah, because
that should be the best question, Tina.
We still cannot see you, but
Can't see me. Oh, yes. Now I'm here.
yeah, it's like you said, okay, the consciousness is over here, and that's enter the womb and become the baby. and we carry ourselves and sitting here. So what is the goal of Dharma? That we reverse and everything way before birth?
Okay, the purpose of Dhamma is to cut the birth and death cycle. One single word. Buddha Dhamma, especially, is about cutting the return of consciousness, because the consciousness returns back. Like, you know what, Tina, I'll give a very practical example. Out of you, Shaniel and Aryu and Chirag, let's say these four people, whom should I be associating much with?
I don't understand who.
I, as
Yeah.
Vilas, Vilas, whom should I get associated much with? Is it with Aryu? Should I get associated? Or is it with you? Should I get associated? Is it with Shaniel? Should I get associated? With Chirag? Should I get associated? Or with Bobby? Chirag? Why?
Because he grew up where, in India, you have more of a common.
I don't care.
Oh.
Okay, let me answer this question myself rather than putting you in a lurch. Tina, if I get associated with you, you're a dentist, you are going to take care of my teeth. Right?
Mhm.
Isn't it beneficial?
Mhm.
Right? And you also given me so many goodies while I came in the US. Okay. If I stay with Aryu, I get a lot of goodies from Aryu. He will take care of me, and then he is interested in me. I'm interested in him. So where the consciousness is getting established, in Tina or in Aryu? What do you think? Who is better? Tina is better or Aryu is better? For me, not for you. For me.
Me? I'm just kidding.
You're not going to take me at your home. You're going to say, my husband is there, my three children are there. Vilas, you can't come and stay with me forever. I would love that you come here, but you know what? All that happens, right? So basically, if I tie up with Aryu while in the US, it makes sense to me because he is having only a son staying with him. He doesn't have a wife. So I can fill in that role for him, not as a wife, but as a friend. So it's beneficial, right? With Chirag, it can't happen because Vrinda is there, he's there, his mom is there. So then I'm also jumping into it. It looks slightly overburdening him. Whereas with Aryu, it's not an overburden. It's just not even a burden. Even if he feels burden, I'll say that, hey, I'm your teacher. Yeah, I think you should take care of me. And he'll say, yes, Vilas, I know I need to take care of you. So the consciousness can now establish. I'm not talking from a real Buddha Dhamma perspective at this point, but I'm just trying to show you, even in a normal life, we do like this. Okay, so don't take me wrong, just for illustration, so that you understand the question what you asked. So instead of being with Tina, it makes sense to stay with Aryu. What the point? Okay, because he can take me to the Madras cafe and we'll eat the same idlis and whatever Indian food is, and then he's tried to take you there, and maybe you liked it, you didn't like it, I don't know, but then he is in love with it. He's in love with Italy. Why? She asked that question. He's a Chinese. Why he should eat Italy every day? From the time I met him in San Francisco or in Mountain View, the time we started going there, even though I'm not there, he's going there every damn day. Nobody asked him because he is in love with me. I'm in love with him. So whatever I do, he does, and whatever he does, I do. Got the point? But we are not gays. Okay. Okay. So we like each other. We like each other company. Right? Now comes a new person in my life called Sheniel. Another person came like Bobby. I became like Bobby. He's an Indian. I stayed with him, stayed with his wife Marin, with his two children. I loved them. So, what did the consciousness do at that point in time? It became Bobby. While in Brisbane, it just became Bobby, exactly mimicking what Bobby was doing. So, what did Bobby find? He found me to be the most compatible person because I'm staying like them. Generally, people have preferences. So I'm gelling like water in a container. You just fill it, you just pour it wherever you want, it just fills up. Excellent. Now there's another person called Sheniel, with whom I have not tested the ground. Let's say in November, I'm going to stay with him for a longest ever time. What happens? The consciousness gets established in Sheniel and also starts comparing between Bobby, Janak, Chirag, Aryu, and Tina and others, and says who is the best and who is the worst. And we call that as hospitality. So we have a feedback form, right? We ask for trouble. So we give a product and we ask for trouble. We say that, give me your candid feedback. What do you mean candid? Slap and tell me what went well and what did not go well. And when they give real candid feedback, can we take it? We can't. Why? Because I expected positive. I've done good job. Like Tina, you've done so many teeth so well. You've put your heart into the teeth. But yet the customer, the client finds fault at your doing. So you get upset because you did every great thing you could. Same thing with Ariu, same thing with Shaniel, same thing with Chirag, same thing with Bobby, same thing with you and everyone. So what Dhamma teaches us is this rebirth cycle of going around and searching that if I stay with Tina, I'll get happiness. If I go with Ariu, get happiness. If I stay with Bobby, gets happiness. If I go with this person, gets happiness. Like that. It's not going to get you anywhere. It's just anxiety. So I am not making this consciousness establish anywhere. Then what happens? There's no experience of Ariu. There's no experience of Shaniel. There's no experience of Bobby. There's no experience of Janak. There's no experience of Chirag. There's no experience of Tina. There's no experience of San Francisco, nor Mountain View, nor Sunnyvale, nor Cupertino, nor Los Altos, or any other place we have gone, Santa Cruz, or any other place it's called as. That's the end of the suffering. Because the consciousness did not get established in San Jose, or in San Francisco, or in Santa Cruz, or Mountain View, or Sunnyvale, or Cupertino, or wherever. And that's it. So the consciousness is now released from the burden of samsara. And that's why we are following Buddha Dhamma. As long as you feel Tina is a conscious experience, the moment you get rid of Tina, there is no experience of Tina. And the family is associated with Tina. So if the Tina is removed, can she have a family? No. Can she has a husband? No. Can she has children? No. That's the end of suffering. As long as Tina exists, so long the family exists. Okay, that's the thing. The Shaniel also has the same thing. He has 4 children. Does he have 4 children? No, he has children. Does he have children? No, he has 4 individuals. Does he have 4 individuals? No, it's just food. It's just bones, bag of bones. And that's it. That's the end of suffering. Now, that is what is called void, shunya. So, you're following Buddha Dhamma for creating emptiness. No, you're following Buddha Dhamma for knowing emptiness, not creating emptiness.
No.
To know everything is empty at the core, there is nothing. Like in the WWDC conference, what is attending until Friday. If you go inside, if he goes inside that office or whatever block it is, no longer apple is there unless a symbol is made of apple. Bitten apple. It's not even an apple. It's just some bite of apple. And the apple is a symbol. There's no apple there. It's just one symbol. Now, that symbol is called as apple as a fruit. And that fruit, somebody took it and said, this is a company called Apple. So the same consciousness, the established consciousness, took a fruit to be a fruit. And then when it was introduced to this concept that it is a company, it created another experience called Apple as a company. In fact, there's no company called Google. It's called Alphabet. And nobody calls it as Alphabet. And what is alphabet for that matter? Alpha, beta, theta. That's what it means. Who says so? Greek says so. Oh my God. Then what are we following then? It's just a concept. What is alpha? We don't know. It's Greek language. And fun part, alpha, beta, theta, gamma, epsilon is what is in Greek. So even for MRI or any scanning, they use alpha, beta, theta, delta waves. A, B, C, D. So if somebody says, can you explain to me what is A, B, C, D? It's actually no English. It's alpha, beta, theta, like that. You have C as something and D is delta. E is epsilon. So all the alphabet is nothing but Greek speaking, which is no English. You see this fun? So when you get to know this, you are liberated out of English. It's a new experience now. The same consciousness which treated this as alphabet gets rid of alphabet. Don't tell me, Tina, you didn't knew alphabet means this. You knew or you didn't know? You knew.
So basically, we the one who put meaning into these things and then we attach to it.
Exactly.
Suffer.
Exactly. So,
Power, money, you know, all that desire. So we label it.
but in but in India, ABCD has a different name. You know what is it? American born confused Desi. Desi means local because he doesn't know where he belongs. His parents are Indians, but he's an American. So when he comes to India, he says, Dad, this place stinks. Dad, I don't know how these animals are walking here. I don't know why the dogs are here. We have pet dogs, they have stray dogs. Oh man, this is overwhelming to me. From the time I've landed in the airport, Dad, where have you taken me? It's like a circus to me. And the father says, This is the place where I was born, my dear son. God only save you, Dad. I don't know how you ever landed here. It's a mess. Don't tell me that, son. You don't know. I don't want to see my grandparents. He's confused. That's the reason it's called American born confused Desi. Desi is a colloquial name for an Indian who is completely confused of life. He doesn't know which side he belongs to now. He's an Indian, he doesn't know. He's an American, he doesn't know. Just like you take your sons to Vietnam and that they're going to get the same feeling. You're going to say, Mom, don't tell me this is where you were. I say, yes, this is where I'm from. Hanoi. What do you mean? You here? I don't think so. Los Altos is so nice when compared to this. People drive everywhere crazy. And the cyclist and this and that. Oh man, this is too much. But that's what it is. So, if you ask an Indian what is ABCD, he would say American born confused Desi. And if you ask a Greek fellow, he'll say alpha, beta, like that. So, which is true then? It's fake. It's empty. There's nothing in there. The moment you see there is nothing in there in Tina, it's just like skyscraper falling down onto the ground, showing the vacant side of life. Then you are liberated in the chitta, and that is Cheto Vimukti, which is the seventh jhana. So even though you did not do a real meditation as sitting meditation, through Panya, you can get into the seventh jhana, meaning through wisdom. This is the path of wisdom. So there are two ways. One is cleansing the mind and one through wisdom. So we have gone, just now what I spoke to you is through wisdom. So that doesn't require to sit for long hours and doing something. You just know the reality. So you're liberated out of wisdom. Presently, Tina, I'm stuck in just one place, 4 steps. If I could do it, I am liberated from both sides, from the jhana and from wisdom. It will be so nice. Just 4 more steps and one last thing.
You answered my question today.
I answered, I didn't.
You did.
I did. Okay, good.
Ask, are you an email about why is that I'm worried about finance, which I should. I'm in the position, so I should not. I don't know why. And nobody know why. Now you answer it because my conscious has define it. Somehow I born in that, the family, probably the environment I grew up in, that particular subject is so important that my consciousness just get drawn to it.
Yes.
And that's all it knows, that I must have it to be okay.
Yes, because in Vietnam, as in India, we are deprived. So there's a fear of losing what you have. So the objective is not to lose. So the consciousness goes back into suffering and pinpoints there, saying that this is where you suffered. So you would get it back. Don't do it. Take it. Ensure you're safer. So how do you get safe? The only way we all can get safe is through money or financial safety. Is there any other safety than financial safety? And there's none as far as materialistic life goes. As far as spiritual life goes, you can be safe within yourself, not outside. So as long as I'm in Google, I am unsafe. Okay. And now I'm going to do another move. I quit my job. That's making me feel really uneasy. But I'm putting a brave face. Okay, I'm feeling uneasy. What should I do? I have to find another job. But the present company says, don't go. Why am I going then? Australia. Okay, and that's the motivation. Now, what is going to happen is this insecurity, if really I have, I'm just making it up, so don't take it in the wrong way, especially Shane here, so don't think I'm going to do all of that, what I'm going to say to you. Okay, so as an insecure person, just to answer to what Tina is feeling, so as an insecure person, Tina, what I'm going to do is, even with this much of Dhamma, I'm going to approach Shane here, try to do some odd jobs for him, for his company, and convince him that I can fit in some role. And Shaniel feels, yeah, I think it's doing so much to me. I think I'm obligated. I think then he says that, Vilas ji, can you work for me? That's exactly I want to hear. Why? Money has to flow in. Why do you think like that? Because I'm an Indian. Simple. Now, what should I do? Another simple thing, cut Indian from your consciousness. Straight. Take a saw, cut it off, or burn it. Do whatever you want. You're not an Indian. Oh, then I'm an Australian. No. American then? No. Nothing. There ends the suffering of first suffering. So the insecurity is gone now? Yes. Now look objectively, do you have money in your bank account? Yes, I do. Then what's your problem? All that you're doing is for having money in the bank account, which you already have, right? Does that take care of your family income, family's expenses? Yes, it does. Is your son going to work in the next 5 years' time? Yes, it is. Now, how old are you, my dear friend Vilas? 53. 5 years to that is 58. Your son will be working. So why are you getting so stressed up? Do you think you can't support yourself for the next 5 years? Yes, I do can support. then why the heck are you begging for a job for no reason? Yes. Isn't that end of the suffering? And the answer is yes. Should Shaniel give me a job in his company? He may, he might not, but that has got nothing to do with why you're going to Australia. If that is my nature, I should ask Shaniel to immediately cancel the ticket. Why? He will not get anything out of me because I'm already disturbed in my mind that I need a job. So what's going to happen? He's not calling me for the job. He's calling me to get Nirodha Samapatti. That means shutting down the computer, which I've claimed that I can shut down the computer. When I myself cannot shut down my own computer and bring it up, can I be able to shut down or help somebody to walk through shutting down his own computer and bring it up? It's not possible. So what should Shaniel do? Just cancel the ticket. And his suffering ends. And he should look out for another teacher who teach him how to shut down computer. Now, Tina, you are a Vietnamese, I am an Indian, and Ariu is a Chinese. All the three have one thing in common. The most insecure place. And that's the truth. No matter how much we get, we will never be happy. Because we've been deprived so long that you feel something is missing all the time. In the case of Western society, not all, but many of them have their basic needs met. So they don't go with the basic needs. They have different needs. So when they go behind them, they want something different. So they go on a vacation, on a holiday, on yachts, on fishing, on this and that. In India, do you go fishing? You've been fished every day. Meaning the roads are not okay, animals on the anywhere, then the trash everywhere. Garbage is, you just see it's a garbage city. Everywhere. Water, filthy, right? No drinking water, I mean, no potable water. Electricity comes, goes, right? Jobs, not that much. Should be a smart guy to get a job and a really dumb guy to lose a job and worse dumb guy to leave a job which is working like me. And the company is saying, please, Vilas, I'm telling you, stay back. I'm saying, no, no, no means no. When getting a job itself is so difficult. I'm seriously saying that. It's the amount of resumes people have here who are not finding jobs is huge. And in America, after Trump coming over, the Indians going there for their masters, they're not getting jobs. They're coming back. It's really pain situation. So the deprivation is real. So that's what has entered into the consciousness. So Asians by nature, they would like to store. By the very nature. And that means in the consciousness, in their childhood consciousness experience, they have seen deprivation. So every time the consciousness goes back to that object and says that you are not yet done. So you have an internal conflict. Am I done or not done? And the answer is no. Even though you see your children are grown up, even though you see your husband can do whatever he's doing, but still you feel, I need to do for my family. So you get overwhelmed. So if you can cut that consciousness, that deprived consciousness, the very second find liberation, then you can practically see whether 5 million US or 10 million US or 12 million US is fair enough or not. You can objectively see rather than subjectively seeing. Right? So if I consider myself to be an Indian and then I'm wearing an Indian hat, the moment I wear an Indian hat, the deprivation comes into picture. And I'm quitting the job for Shaniel's sake, meaning say that the company cannot give me leave, so I need to quit the job. So I can blame it back on Shaniel. It's because of you I'm coming there. And say Shaniel says, give me a second, hold on. I'm not getting it. I never asked you to come here. You only said I'll come there and teach you. Isn't it true? And I say, yes. But why are you blaming me? No, the company says because you're going to Australia, you're out of job. So why blame me? What have I done to you? This is a normal thing because there's insecurity in me. So I have to first cut down my own insecurity to be on Dhamma. Okay? And then cut off the complete insecurity, meaning re-establishment insecurity. That means the consciousness doesn't get a footing again. If I come to that level, and then it is advisable for me to fly to Brisbane to stay with Shaniel for 40 odd days to experiment things together. It works. Because when I reach Shaniel, when I meet Shaniel, there's no villas left at all. He's dead. Dead and buried, gone. And then only I can help Shaniel. If even a 0.1 ounce of villas remain, it doesn't help. Yes, Sergio.
I think it's similar in software where you have garbage collection. So
Yes, GC, dot
everything has
GC.
to be gone for that final to be released.
Yeah, dot GC. Dot garbage collector. So,
Although, Shen, when you said there's no villas, when you meet Shen,
what's that?
because you fly over to teach him Dharma, and you
Yes.
said there's no villa. What does that mean?
Can you be slightly near? I couldn't properly hear you. What are you trying to say?
So you said when you fly to Brisbane,
Uh-huh.
the moment you meet up
Shaniel.
with Shinin, did I say Shinin?
Shaniel, yeah.
Shinin, there's no villa.
No.
So who are you at that time?
Nothing. No thing.
There's no
I thought
villas.
you are his teacher. At that
No.
time.
I'm neither his teacher nor not his teacher. It's neither and not to begin with. Tina, it's very difficult. So let me explain to you in a very simple way. If I am Vilas, I'm landing in Shaniel, then Shaniel is one thing and Vilas is another thing, right? There are two things. Only one thing can remain, not two things. You can't have Vilas and Shaniel at the same time.
What kind of conflicts would that create?
It will not make you move beyond the duplicity of life. It's like reflection. Just like you have many mirrors and you are 10 people standing out there, even though it's only one person.
Hmm.
So when I see Shaniel and then I feel that I'm doing something for Shaniel, and that's a danger. Why? Because I exist. If I exist, Shaniel also exists. If Sheni also exists, then how do we enter into Nirodha? Cessation. How do you cease to exist? So, here is the deal. When I go to Brisbane,
Mhm.
did I go to Brisbane? And the answer is no. It's a so called place to meet so called Shenial, to teach so called Dhamma, to have Nirodha, because it's so called. Nirodha is not so called, but everything else is so called. The so called Vilas flew to so called Brisbane to meet so called Shenial, to
Okay.
teach so called Dhamma, right? And then what happens? The Vilas is not to be found.
Okay.
Okay, as soon as Shenial appears, just like what I did with Ariu and Chirag, as soon as they appear in the airport, cut off. And then become what? Is the question. I became Ariu for the next 20 days. Or Chirag, or Tina, or George, or whomever I met. So when I was with you, Tina, I was exactly mimicking you. And that's the reason I told you, you are lucky because you are working with this part of the body. You can just do the thing, right? And do it. So I'm trying to mimic you. I'm now going to mimic exactly Shenial. I'm exactly going to do what he's doing. No difference. So then what happens?
To do boxing all day.
Was that?
You didn't fix me. You have to do boxing all day.
Boxing. What am I supposed to? Boxing? Okay. What thing is, when you don't exist, and really don't exist, that means the consciousness doesn't get a footing, doesn't exist. And then it is in Nirodha. Nirodha means cessation. And when the cessation happens, then there is no this nor that or anything in between. And that's the end of the suffering. So when I land in the place for 30 days sitting with Daniel, I'm going to be Daniel throughout. That means he doesn't get a chance to meet Vilas for next 30 days. And then Ariu and others are going to come. And then I become all. As many people exist at his home. When Vilas flies back, the body is flying back. No Vilas to be found. Gone and gone forever. That is Arhat. Got it. I believe, it's my belief, after scanning his house, I felt that was my final destination to try. Okay. So I felt very happy that the energy circling around his home is pretty ideal. And he said, after a week, I landing back, he said, there's difference in the energy. So I thought, okay, this is good because I couldn't do that with Ariu because it just evaporated in 21 days in that room. So I wanted to store the energy so that next time when I appear there, from there I can lift up. She's, Tina, you look shocked or you looked completely perplexed. I don't know what I can take from your expression.
So I'm just trying to
Place it.
idea.
Okay.
Because you get stuck on you becoming.
Okay. Let me answer this way. Okay. Wait, Tina. You can ask him. After I left, what did he feel about the place?
Yeah, I felt a change in the energy. Like whenever I went, he went to 2 rooms. One was where I meditate regularly. He also went to another room. I went to both. When I meditated in my meditation room, the energy was much increased. Also, when I went to the other room, as soon as I entered it, like I was straight into jhana, just standing. So, yeah, definitely was a changed experience after he came.
Hmm. So by you becoming
Him.
you added energy
Yes.
to him.
Otherwise, I would have sucked off his energy while come back to Bangalore. This poor guy should have then drained. Meaning, if he sits there, nothing would happen, and then he would feel what's happening.
It's like I suck the energy out of you. And what is that the Cindy? The Cindy suck the energy out of you.
Yes.
And we do better. Oh, okay.
Cindy sucked the maximum energy of me, but I allowed it. But I allowed it to happen because I genuinely wanted to help her. So I went way ahead than what I initially thought I'm going to do with her. And that really drained off my energy. And the last nail in that was Aryu's son, Luke. Okay. And then he had a pain. I took out his pain. It hit me really bad.
The tooth thing.
No, he had fallen down.
Oh, okay.
So then I decided I'm not going to do any of these stunts when I go to Australia. Okay. And then Merin, she suffered a burn injury in the hand, and we were going to Sunshine Coast same day. So then I asked her, can I cure it for you if you are okay with it? And she said, okay. So then I removed the inflammation around it, but it didn't burn me up. So I did little, I didn't take the whole thing out. In the US, I literally drained myself out. So, and then I thought, I'm not going to do that in Bobby's home because I wanted that room to be better for him to meditate and get higher. So I tried retaining the energy there. And then I did that with Janak. And that was the last day of our tour in Spain, where I met Shaniel's home, because Shaniel's home was the last one. So I saw he has a great energy. I didn't wanted anything to happen to that. I wanted him to completely grow on his own. So instead of taking out his energy, I put back more energy to him. I literally donated so that he can use it. And when he said it is working, I felt very happy that, okay, this time around, I couldn't do for Ariu. Next time I'm in this home, I'm going to ensure that he has tremendous energy in that place, that he can function. And even then, when he's meeting me in on 30th of December, I'm going to do something for him because I really feel for him. So I can mimic everyone. I can be you. If I stay with you, I can become you. You will never find any difference between me and you. I don't know, by now you should have felt it, but if you've not felt it, I can make you feel it. The time we spent, I don't think so you would have made any differentiation as such. I hope so. You were able to observe. If not, next time when we meet, I can literally tell you and then make it.
All I know is when I met you, I felt like the sense of calmness.
I can do that.
Yeah, instantly. Same thing with
Shaniel, yeah, Shaniel is good. So that's the reason I even asked these people in Brisbane to get in touch with him, because he has real great energy. So anybody near him are going to benefit.
happened with when I we done the walk on Sunday. I felt completely real calm.
Yeah, he's like that. In fact, it would be hard for to beat him in meetings, meaning even the official meetings, he can play around with people's choices, meaning he can make them accept to what he says. I guess he does that, but just trying to be loud and open about it. And all his team members are stuck with him because of the same reason, I guess.
That's why I'm stuck here as well.
Yeah, you are on Dhamma, they are stuck there. So it's nice. I mean, his team, I think 130 or 120 or whatever team members he has, really good. And some of them are really good. I've seen all of his videos which have appeared, and then I just did that to understand the psyche of people there and to understand Shaniel better before I meet him. So I've done all of the homework so that I don't waste time in understanding him. And thanks, Shaniel, for allowing that and then staying with these folks and helping them around with meditation and all that. Appreciate all that you're doing. It's good. Good that I'm so pleased that I never expected this to be in this way. So glad. And seeing Chirag and his mother and Brinda and every one of you coming together, it's great experience. And all because of one guy, just a week, not even a week. And then it just seems to be that you all know each other from so long years. Yes, Eddie, good.
And Shania already helped me a lot with meditation. I think I'm getting confident overcoming drowsiness myself, and I'm getting the technique and the awareness needed to overcome that.
Yeah, you would do better. So by the time you reach Brisbane, you will be a changed person.
Thank you.
Yes, Veena. I don't know what happened to her. Anyway, that's all about the conscious. Yes, Veena, go ahead.
Shinelji has allowed me to join his group also in meditation for that next one.
And you have joined. I mean, that's nice. I mean, you can join anywhere. It's fine.
It's better for me. Online is better.
Yeah, online is better. But your husband is planning an offline. He wants to fly to Brisbane.
Oh, he let him go offline. I will go online because.
By the way, by the way, Shaniel, he has
traveling.
Yeah, her husband has requested me that can I come to Australia? I said, yeah, why don't you? If you want, you can fly to Australia. I don't think so. Shaniel will have any problem. I've taken a decision on your behalf, and thank you. Yeah. So if he flies to Australia, it's nice because he wants to do what we do. So I told him the last 10 days you can be there from 30th to 10th of Jan, and then you can have a retreat, 10-day retreat.
Oh, he's gonna do 10-day retreat with you? Yeah. Are you going? I'll join you guys in 7 years.
You want to join, Tina?
In about 6 years, when my youngest go to college.
Ah, okay. 6 years time you're going to do that.
Yes.
Okay. We'll wait for you. Don't worry.
My consciousness it still gets stuck with the Tina family.
Yeah, that's there.
But I'm gonna work on the detachment from all the materials and the money because
No, you know what, Tina? See, I'll tell you one thing. You need to use it. It's not about getting attached to it. It's just using it. Just like you have a faucet or you have a shower, you're going to use it, right? You're not going to say that I don't require a shower. You can use a shower, but don't get attached to the shower, right? So the house is there. So you can use the house. You have the furniture. You can use the furniture, but They don't belong to you. And in fact, they don't belong to anyone.
Mhm. Okay.
Right? Like this computer, this it has a utility. I'm using it. Absolutely fair. And this MacBook Pro, what Aru has donated, is extremely good. It does the purpose. It serves what it is for. It's amazing. So if I meet Tim Cook or anyone out there, I can say that, hey guys, you have done a great job for Dhamma. Because it's working. It's really working. And I don't think so any other laptop can meet such a kind of thing. It's beautiful. So thankful to Apple for doing this. And same thing with Google, or same thing with any other organization who's doing it. So they're providing such a nice infrastructure. It's good. So I can appreciate, like this Rode microphone, what I'm using is from Australia, by the way. This is the only product from Australia which is so good.
Yes. So you use it, but don't get attached.
Yeah, so I'm using this Rode microphone and it's so nice. It's fantastic. And in fact, I have all Rode microphones. Even Edu has the same thing. He has one, and he has got another one now, pod mic. So it's beauty.
Mhm.
Okay, the way they have done it is beautiful, but I don't have to get caught up with that beauty.
Mhm. So you use it. If you have it, if you don't have it, then it's okay.
Just like Tina, the brushes you have given is exceedingly good. Okay, and every time I take the brush, I thank you, because it's like my teeth are shining, or they are looking good because of you. Seriously, Tina, because I'll tell you why. It's not your brush. Basically, it's a brush, but you donated it. So when I touch it, I need to be thankful to you. Every day, I'm thankful to you for giving me the brush. And not only that brush, that other electronic brush, and that's, I mean, it is from Philips. Agreed. But you have given it. And the candles, amazing. You donated so much. So whom does it belong to? To you. And whom should the merit belong to you? To you. So I'm just using it, but everything else is yours. So this watch belongs to him, to Harry. It doesn't belong to me. And out of say love and affection or compassion, when my wife said to him that the medical records say that he has a heart problem or something with his the this one treadmill test has shown positive for ischemic thing, and then they were worried. So Ari, first thing after landing in Bangalore, he said, Vilas, we need to go and get your Apple Watch, because the ECG is there.
Brought you a Fitbit, but then
Yeah.
we decided
Yeah, he had given the Fitbit, and then we moved to Apple Watch. So basically, whose watch is that? It's his, not mine. Doesn't belong to me. So every time I wear this watch, I need to be so much filled with gratitude for Ariel. Right? So that's how it works. I can't take what is not belonging to me as mine. Not at all.
The thing we pose that it belongs to something else, not us, even though we the one who work for it. Like, like the money.
So Tina, by chance, you were to take everything in life you do as you're doing for someone, not belonging to you,
Mhm.
the very moment you're released.
Yeah, true.
And that's it. That's the end of the suffering.
Yeah, you just appreciate it.
You just keep on appreciating everything that's happening around you and for you, and then that's it. So then there's nothing to suffer. You're so happy. You're so glad to do anything to anyone, because now you don't remain. There's no you left.
Mhm.
So that's the reason I said that when I reach Brisbane, when I be with Shaniel, there's no villas left. If villas is there, even a small ounce of villas is left, that's not going to help Shaniel at all. It would be a mess of 30 days. Just every day happens, and the next day we try, and the next day we try, and the next day we try. And then Shaniel will start to feel it is something he doesn't have. But actually, it's not his problem, it's my problem. So I need to ensure that even before I reach Australia, I don't exist. So now, Tina, tell me, can you offer a job for someone who doesn't even exist? Now, if he offers a job, what I should do?
If, if I offer the job for someone that,
If he offers me a job, what I should do? Should I accept? Should I reject? What I should do?
I'll take it and learn from him. all about learning. I don't need this money. I want to learn.
No, you tell me. You tell me what I should do. Should I take the job if he offers me, or shouldn't I take the job?
I take the job to learn.
No. Assuming that I can contribute in his organization, should I take the job or shouldn't I take the job?
If you can contributing to the organization, yeah, definitely.
No. That's the reason he's offering me the job, right? Otherwise, why would he offer in the first place?
Right.
Right. So now he offers.
Mhm.
Should I take it or shouldn't I take it? What do you recommend me to do?
I say take it because if you want to contribute to his company, then you take the job because he's
No.
offering.
That's not the answer.
No.
That's not the answer. The answer here is
I'm still in the worldly life, right? I know he's trying to talk about Java.
no. Listen, Tina. He offers a job. He offers a job to himself. Shaniel is offering the job to himself because Vilas doesn't exist.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
clear.
So
So then, what happens? Should I take the job?
you can take the job because
I
you
can't take a
don't.
job. Should I reject the job?
You can reject the
You
job.
can't reject either, and that's the end
Right.
of suffering.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, so if I expect Shaniel to give me a job, it's a problem. If I believe Shaniel shouldn't be giving me a job, it's another problem because it's for me who is giving the job. Now, if I don't even exist and he offers a job, to whom it is being done? No one. So I would still do the job without I being there. In fact, he can give me that t-shirt called Half Brick and say that, Vilas, you're part of Half Brick. And then I'll say, you know what, we both are full brick now. Like that. So then it really makes sense. And that is Nirodha, cessation. You cease to exist. Meaning I cease to exist.
Wow.
And then the question comes, to whom does the house belong to? To Shaniel. Simple. And who is Shaniel? No one. So the house belongs to? No one. The furniture belongs to? No one. The company belongs to? No one. Nothing belongs to anyone. And he has a horse shed as well, and horse saddle and all that. He has a place where horses are. There he has taken it for his daughter. He has bought it for his daughter. So I think she rides horses. Okay. And he has a nice field filled with fruits. and vegetables and all that. And whom does it belong to? To the nature, not to Shaniel. Shaniel is the user, but it belongs to nature. It doesn't belong to him. And that's the end of suffering. So then whom does a daughter belong to? No one. Does he have sons? No. That means, does he not have sons and daughter? He does, but not in the literal sense. So if he does that while I'm in Brisbane, he is done. And then we can officially say, welcome an Anagam. And that would be too powerful for if he comes back to Mountain View again, it would be really great. It would be very different than what you're seeing here. So let's hope that happens for you, for all of you.
Thank you.
And maybe he can even become an Arhat. Because anyway, he is alone at home. He doesn't have a family as such, per se. There's a good candidate. So this 30 days is both sides verification, both side experimentation. So it's nice. 30 exclusive days, not even sparing one single moment. So we start on 30th of November, the time we land in Brisbane, the time Eru appears, 30th of December. All right, should we end today?
Thank you.
Thank you, and have a wonderful non-WWDC days for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.